ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਚ happy ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ. Like in Japji Sahib, what Guruji describes, it's really felt something relatable. When I went to Gurudwara the first times, I was like, remember singing along. I had never heard that before, and I felt I was just opening my mouth and singing it. Want to have a Sikh husband, like who has the same commitment as me. I thought all the Sikh women wear dastar, and I learned later that they don't. Okay. That was a surprise to me.
Have you ever think about quitting the Sikhism?
No, I have not thought about it. There would be too much to lose in me. Why would I do that? Find, Guruji tells you how to find Vaheguru's light inside of you. So that's really important.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਹਮਦਰਦ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੁਰਜੀਤ ਕੌਰ. ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਖਾਸ ਲੇਡੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ. ਅਕਸਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋਕ ਅਪਣਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਜੋ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜੋ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਉਹ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਜੋ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਧਰਮ ਹੈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਮਝ ਪਾਉਂਦੇ, ਪਰ ਜੋ ਦੂਜੇ ਧਰਮਾਂ ਦੇ ਲੋਕ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਉਸਨੂੰ ਅਪਣਾਉਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਬਹੁਤ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਬਹੁਤ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਸੁਣਨ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੀਆਂ ਨੇ. ਅਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਟੂਡੀਓ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਅਜਿਹੇ ਲੇਡੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੇ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਲੋਂਗ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸਨ, ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਦੀ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਚੰਗਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਣਾ ਲਿਆ. ਵੈਸੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਧਰਮ ਇੱਕ ਬਰਾਬਰ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਪਰ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਖਾਸ ਮਿਲਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਲੇਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ ਨਮਲੀਨ ਕੌਰ. ਉਹ ਗੋਰੇ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ, ਅਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹੁਣ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ ਨੂੰ ਪੂਰੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਪਣਾ ਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਸ ਵੱਲ ਰੁਝਾਨ ਬਣਿਆ. ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.
How are you, Namleen?
I'm good. How are you, yourself?
I'm also good. First of all, welcome to our studio, Hamdard Media Group.
Thank you. ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ.
ਓਕੇ, ਸੋ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਮਿਕਸ ਹੀ ਰੱਖਾਂਗੇ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੋਲ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ. ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੀ ਮਿਕਸ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ. ਕੁਐਸਚਨਸ ਵੀ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੁੱਛਣੇ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਸੋ ਨਮਲੀਨ, ਆਈ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਫਸਟਲੀ ਆਸਕ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਹਾਊ ਡਿਡ ਯੂ ਕਮ to know about Sikhism?
Well, I was born in Finland. I had never heard about Sikhism or seen any Sikhs. Maybe I saw them, but I didn't know. I wouldn't have known anything about them. And in 2009, I moved to Chicago to study music. And then I went to yoga classes, and those classes included chanting or meditating on Gurbani, like Vaheguru Ji, Ikkonga, Mool Mantra, and some even reciting Japji Sahib. They also adopted early morning practice, meditation. And so that's how I got to know about Sikhism. And I felt like a pull to...
Felt like a connection.
Yeah, I felt connection. Especially when I participated in the morning, early morning sadhana, they call practice. And we would recite Japji Sahib, and they had a Japji Sahib booklet which has Gurmukhi and translation. And when I was reading the translation, I just felt really strongly that somehow this makes sense to me. This really makes sense. I had never thought that religion makes sense. Religion is just something you believe, but it doesn't necessarily fit together with reality. Like in Japji Sahib, what Guruji describes, it's really felt something relatable.
ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਸੁਣਿਆ, ਨਮਲੀਨ ਜੀ ਫਿਨਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੋਰਨ ਐਂਡ ਬ੍ਰੌਟ ਅਪ ਨੇ, ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਯੋਗਾ ਕਲਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਗਏ ਸੀਗੇ, ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜੋ ਜੁੜੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ. ਸੋ ਨਮਲੀਨ, ਵੈਨ ਯੂ ਕੇਮ ਟੂ ਨੋ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ, ਯੂ ਵਰ ਅ ਕ੍ਰਿਸਚੀਅਨ ਬਿਫੋਰ, ਸੋ ਇਟ ਵਾਜ਼ ਡਿਫਿਕਲਟ ਫॉर ਯੂ ਟੂ ਅਡੈਪਟ ਦ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ?
Not really. Maybe What's the connection? Because I'm a classical musician. I'm a trumpet player, and even when I was Christian, I loved playing music. You know, they have a lot of music in churches, and I always loved the music. And then, you know, of course, Gurbani is written in music, in rags, and in all the singing and everything. Like when I went to Guruvara the first times, I was like, remember singing along. I had never heard that before. And I was just opening my mouth and singing it, which was really strange. And I felt connected to that. Yeah.
Do you remember the first Gurdwara where you visited?
Well, like, so I was in these yoga camps where they had Gurudwara. So that was like a kind of like in here they have these camps and events where they set up Gurudwara somewhere. Guruji is there, and then you sing. So they had set up the Gurudwara services there, and the people were taking care of Guruji, and everything was done like properly. That was the first time. But then after, I felt like a calling to go to Gurudwara in Chicago, and I found like this, you know, Punjabi Gurudwara, and I remember that well also.
So have you learned the kirtan?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Do you know how to play harmonium?
Yes, I played piano since I was 6. So, and I listen, if I want to learn some Shabad, I listen to it and then I play. Yeah. So I haven't had any teacher, but I do play and sing.
So Namleen, what was the reaction of your family?
Well, my father was like, well, whatever makes you happy, you can do that. And my mom was also like supportive. Because with my mom, I had talked about my yoga meditation journey and like told her about different things, and she was the one who introduced me to, like, you know, maybe you've heard the book Secret, like law of attraction. So she was into like spiritual things and that kind of. And you know, even my sister, who was a priest, acting as a priest at that time, she was also fine. Like she said, like, I'm happy that you are following God, and that's the most important thing.
So like you adapted Sikhism before your marriage?
Yes. Yes.
So can you tell us something about your married life, about your husband and kids?
Yeah. So I was in Chicago. I had taken Amrit, and then I realized that I was in that age, like you want to start a family too, and then of course I knew that then I would want to have a Sikh husband, like who has the same commitment as me, and I thought that we would be like on the same wavelength if we have both Amritaris and we believe in the same things, and like through this Sikhnet at that time had a matrimonial page. So yeah, I had put my ad there. Then we got connected, and my husband was in New Zealand at that.
He was a Punjabi guy?
Yeah, he had gone there to study with his brother, and so we started talking, and then we eventually met and got married and got kids. And we lived in New Zealand, and then we have our Anand garage in Punjab, in Rampur, Kerala. The Smagam.
Oh, like you have you visited Punjab?
Yes, we went in 2015. We have had our Anand garage there. You know, in January you have this Baba Harnam Singh Ji's Parsi Smagam, and so we had our Anand garage there at the end.
So how did you feel after going to Punjab?
Well, it's very interesting because it was just a very different experience from after being in Western countries. Maybe a little similar to Southern Europe, in the way it was really warm. Even in winter it was warm. But I did feel really special connection to, like, just, you feel like Guruji has walked here actually, and you visit those places and you know, all the historical areas, cities and places where they put Gurudwaras, and yeah, it was very special.
ਤਾਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਨਵਲੀਨ ਜੀ, ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਣਾ ਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਮੈਰਿਜ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਇੱਕ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੋਈ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਨਿਊਜ਼ੀਲੈਂਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਗਏ ਹੋਏ ਸੀਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਨਵਲੀਨ ਜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਗਏ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਮਹਾਨ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਨੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ-ਕਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ। ਸੋ ਨਵਲੀਨ, ਹੈਵ ਯੂ ਵਿਜ਼ਿਟਡ ਦ ਫੇਮਸ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਗੋਲਡਨ ਟੈਂਪਲ ਇਨ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤਸਰ?
Yes, of course, many times. Yeah.
How was the feeling there?
Very special, very special. Yeah, it's like almost like a dream when you like it's where every Sikh would long to be, right? Even if some other things might be difficult in like to maybe in the daily life in Punjab, you know, it's just so different. When you are there, it's just so much peace. Yeah, it's like now when you think about it, it's almost like a dream being there. Yeah, I've been there like 3 or 4 times.
Have you visited any other gurdwara in Punjab?
So many.
Okay.
Last time when we were there a few years ago, we were there like 4 or 5 months. We went to like Dukniwaran Sahib for Amrit Vela with my husband. And then of course Anandpur Sahib, different all the gurudwaras there. Then we went to Sultanpur Lodi, and it was Bebe Nanaki's birthday. They invited me to sing there, and I was able to sing kirtan there that day at her gurudwara. And like there's just so many gurudwaras, all historical. In Fagwara there was also this Sukhchainanand Sahib, which was one of the closest one to us. That was also special historical gurudwara. Yeah, I can name all of them because there's so many, but yeah, of course that's the main reason why we go there.
So Navleen, when you came to learn about Amrit, so how was the feeling at which gurdwara you took place the Amrit, and do you know about the Panch Kakar?
Of course I know. Right? Yeah. Yes, I mean, of course, I learned about them actually in the yoga classes, and because there were some really good, good Sikhs, gurus have taken Amrit, and they organize Amrit ceremony there too. And I was encouraged by the other, like kind of the senior people there, that you should not hesitate. Like if you feel like that, you should do it. And so I actually got it at first in the yoga camp there, and they like I had to gather all the things from the camp because I didn't have anything like. But they sold like acheras, kirpa. I still have the same kirpa, not this but under my dress. Kirpa, gada, khanga. Of course, I had stopped cutting my hair a few years before that, so that was, and then like to the story. And they also encouraged like women, naturally all the women wear dastar, which I thought all the Sikh women wear dastar, and I learned later that they don't. Okay. That was a surprise to me. But after some years when we went to India, then me and my husband, we also wanted to do a kind of reinforced our Amrit, so we also received Amrit in Anandpur Sahib.
ਨਵਲੀਨ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਹੁਣ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਦਸਤਾਰ ਸਜਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਸਿੱਖਣਾ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਛੋਟੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ, ਤਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜਾਣਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਪਰਫੈਕਟ ਦਸਤਾਰ ਬੰਨਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਸੋ ਨਵਲੀਨ, ਹਾਊ ਲੌਂਗ ਇਟ ਟੁਕ ਯੂ ਟੂ ਲਰਨ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਦ ਪ੍ਰੋਸੈਸ ਆਫ ਟਰਬਨ ਟਾਈਂਗ?
Oh, well, maybe it was like evolution, because in the yoga group they teach you to cover your head in this yoga style, but they were making a little bit different kind of dastar, so I made, like, they don't call it dastar, it's like a turban. So I probably like just to make that turban at first. It took me maybe like a month, and it got a bit faster. I remember like before going to school, I had classes in the afternoon. I would spend hours and hours. It just wouldn't like stay on properly. But once I learned how to make a Dumala style, it became easier, so much faster. Now it only takes minutes to make it. Even for my kids, I do it like in 2-3 minutes.
Nice. After you learned the time process of your Dumala, have you ever think about quitting the Sikhism?
No, I have not thought about it. It's too. There would be too much to lose. And why would I do that? Yeah.
And Namleen, we also want to hear something from you in Punjabi. Can you recite any Gurbani, Kirtan, or any like kind of part you can recite here?
Yeah, I can do something like from memory or then look at my phone, but I can do like what I often sing in the. If I get this chance to sing Kirtan, then I would like to start with the Ad Kurana from Sukhmani Sahib, because it means like you give your head to the Guru.
Can you speak Mool Mantar?
Yeah. ਇੱਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦਿ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦਿ ਸਚ ਹੈਪੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਵੀ ਸਚ।
ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ। ਤਾਂ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਤਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੂਡੈਂਟਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ ਬਾਰੇ ਪਤਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਮਲੀਨ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਮੂਲ ਮੰਤਰ ਵੀ ਬੋਲਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਵੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਇਹ, ਤੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਇਹੀ ਸਿਖਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਐਂਡ ਨਮਲੀਨ, ਨੈਕਸਟ ਆਈ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਆਸਕ ਯੂ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਫੂਡ। ਡੂ ਯੂ ਲਾਈਕ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਫੂਡ?
Yeah, I do like some. I don't want to eat it all the time, like not just Punjabi food, but I do enjoy it. Yeah.
And what's your favorite thing in Punjabi food?
I think there's many good things. I do like paneer in different forms. We don't really make it at home that much, but like if I get to eat it, I will take that. Mooli prantas are good. Aloo prantas are also nice, and then any the light dal. I like to eat that.
And Punjab famous dish makki di roti and saron da saag.
Yeah, I do enjoy that too, but I don't know how to make. Like that's so hard to make the rotis. They always break apart. The makki di roti. I mean.
And Namleen, can you tell us something about the reaction of the community when you go out?
If I go just to do my errands or go to shopping and stuff, and then mostly girls are like, oh, you look so nice, and then are you sick, they ask that, and so I do get a lot of reactions sometimes. You feel good? Sometimes I don't think I deserve like any attention, like why people are targeting you? Like I mean it's I understand why, but sometimes like I don't think I've done anything special to like deserve attention.
So do you visit Gurdwara regularly here in Brampton?
Yeah, like we as a family we go, like try to go at least twice a week, like Tuesday evenings and Sundays.
Which Gurdwara you like to go most of the time?
We come to Dixie Gurdwara, the Ontario Khalsa Darbar right here, and then the Jodh Prakash Gurdwara, and the closest one to us is the Glidden Road Gurdwara. So those three.
And do you do part every day in the morning?
Yeah, I do. As Amritdhari Sikh, you have to do it, and I even was doing it before I took Amrit.
And do you know about the 10 gurus?
Yes, of course.
And you remember the names of them as well?
Yeah, of course.
ਤਾਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਜੋ ਨਾਮ 10 ਗੁਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੁੰਦੇ, ਪਰ ਨਮਲੀਨ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਨਾਮ ਪਤਾ ਨੇ, ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਚੰਗੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੈ ਇਹ। ਐਂਡ ਨਮਲੀਨ, at last, what message like you want to convey to the audience who is watching you and to the small children who are growing up here in Canada?
I don't, that's a tough question. I just would I wish that everyone could, who is a Sikh, and even if you are not a Sikh, understand the value of Gurbani and what's Guruji's message is. And I would say, like, if you have any doubts, you should try and read from Guru Granth Sahib, like Jai Kukam Nam Sahib, or you can read Sahas. But like what happened to me, I did before I knew how to read Gurmukhi, and no one had like told me any rules or anything. But I heard that you could read translation of Guru Granth Sahib Ji, so I read Sahas Bhat in English, like totally in English. So whatever mistakes there were, or like but it really gave me so much guidance. And yeah, so be proud, but try to find, Guruji tells you how to find Vaheguru's light inside of you. So that's really important. If you find that within you, and then many things will be so much easier to manage and handle.
Very good message, Namleen. And yeah, it's good message. And at last, I want to know about your kids. Like they are taking it by themselves, or you are forcing them to come into Sikhism.
I don't think we are forcing them, but like we are a Sikh family, so we bring the Sikh values to them, and we find that it's a really valuable thing in general to be a Sikh. Like any family, no matter what religion is, they will bring the kids in their religion. So we bring them up as Sikhs.
And last thing I want to know that can you also write in Punjabi?
I can maybe, but actually I read, but I haven't really practiced the writing. But I know like the letters. But yeah, my speaking and writing I should really practice.
Okay.
I read Gurmukhi like as it is, and Punjabi. I could read anything, but it doesn't maybe always sound right. But
So can you read this on our mic? What is it?
well, that's Hamdard.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Sometimes it depends on the print, like how it looks. How is it?
That's nice. It was good talking with you, Namleen. Thank you so much for coming to studio.
Thanks for inviting me. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.
ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਵਾਈ ਨਮਲੀਨ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਪਰਸਨਲੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਚੰਗਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਕਰਕੇ। ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਿੱਖੀਜ਼ਮ ਬਾਰੇ ਨੌਲੇਜ ਹੈ, ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਬਾਰੇ, ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਣਾਇਆ, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਜਰਨੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ। ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵਧੀਆ ਇਹ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਹੋਵੇਗਾ। ਅਖੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਸੇਜ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ ਨਮਲੀਨ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੱਚੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਮਾਣ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸਿੱਖ ਧਰਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੁਝ ਚੰਗੀਆਂ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੈ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਫਿਲਹਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨਾ ਹੀ। ਬਣੇ ਰਹੋ ਹਮਦਰਦ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦਿਓ ਇਜਾਜ਼ਤ। ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ।
ਇੱਕ ਓਂਕਾਰ ਸਤਿ